Uh-oh, guys, we got some selling from Cathie Wood and her ARKW ETF. We have to break down what stock she sold, how many shares she sold, and we'll go over the charts here on the ARKW ETF. So if y'all find value, hit that like button, make sure to subscribe, and guys, you might as well get your free stocks for Moo up to 15 stocks, each up to $2,000. The clock's ticking, link down below, and you might as well follow me on X as well if you've not done that yet, at Stocks Talk Stocks. You guessed it. Also linked down below. And with that being said, cheers. Let's dive into it, man. Let's not waste any time here on the intro. So it's currently about 10:15 a.m. on the East Coast. And by the way, the stock market right now, the indexes are not doing much of anything. We have the Russell down barely, pretty much at break even. The Nasdaq's up 0.13%. The S&P's up 0.1%. And we have the Dow up, let's see, almost 0.25%, up 73 points on the day. And ARKW, which is the ETF she's selling a bunch of stocks in, is down about 0.25% right now, down 18 cents. It's at $78 per share. And by the way, this is the ARK Next Generation Internet ETF, if you guys didn't know. And of course, I'm sure you guys do know, Cathie Wood has many ETFs at this point. I think she started off with 2 or 3 years ago, and now I'm losing track, honestly. I think she's got like 10 ETFs, maybe even more than that. But this is not the flagship ARKK, the ARK Innovation ETF, but it is one of the top ones. Again, the ARK Next Generation Internet ETF, which, mind you guys, the performance of this thing has been ridiculous. It looks like since the end of October, just 2 months ago, guys, less than 2 months ago, this is up $30 per share, almost, actually over $28 per share to be exact. It is up 56% in just 2 months, which is that one of the reasons why maybe she's selling some stock? I don't know. We'll see. Let's dive into actually what she sold. Then we'll come back to the charts here later in the video. Let me pull it up here, by the way, guys. Give me a second. Bear with me. All right, here we go. We have the screenshot here from X. Let me show you what's going on with all these different stocks that she sold. She actually bought some here at the top, which we're not going to get into in this video. I mostly want to focus on what she ended up selling. Let me make sure you guys can see this. All right, you can see. So let's run through this very quickly. At the top, we have ADYEY, which is ADYEM NV. She sold 28,000 shares of this stock. It looks like, and by the way, these are all yesterday, it looks like. Yeah, all these sales came on the 27th of December. So she sold 28,000 shares, or 0.02% of the total ETF of ADYEY. So she sold out of that one, not completely, I believe, but trimming a little bit. Also sold out of VCYT, which 26,000 shares, 0.04 roughly percent, sold out of that. Then we have PD, Pager Duty, or Pager Duty, however the heck you say that. She sold 43,000 shares of that, and this is actually ranked from smallest percentage to, it looks like, the largest at the bottom, which we'll get into here in a second. Then she sold some Palantir, guys. 101,000 shares of Palantir, or 0.09% of this ETF. Poof, she sold it, right? Palantir stock. And also CrowdStrike, CRWD, which she sold 8,100 shares of CrowdStrike. AMD as well, 15,000 shares of AMD. And she also sold some Cloudflare, ticker symbol NET, 30,000 shares of Cloudflare, or 0.14%. She also sold some Teladoc, 130,000 shares of Teladoc, 0.15%. Shopify, 47,000 shares of that one, 0.19% of Shopify. Looks like some Twilio, 66,000 shares of Twilio. Unity Software, 135,000 shares. Roblox, she sold 125,000 shares. UiPath, 281,000 shares. Block, also known as Square, whatever you want to call it these days, guys, 231,000 shares she sold, or 1% of the ETF. And the biggest sell she made was Coinbase, ticker symbol COIN, or, it's Coinbase, right? Sold almost 150,000 shares of Coinbase. You guys can see that here at the bottom. And do you notice something about these stocks, guys? For the most part, many of them have gone ballistic over the course of this year, right? Especially Coinbase. Some other ones here. We'll pop the charts up in a second, but it looks like she might be locking in some gains, trimming a little bit, heading into the new year, which, to be honest, guys, makes sense to me, right? It kind of makes sense to me, especially in stocks like Coinbase. I believe Block has done well. Shopify has done very well recently. AMD, especially CrowdStrike. We'll talk about that one here in a second. And you guys can see, even though she trimmed some of these holdings, right, they're still the biggest ones. Coinbase and Square are still the biggest holdings in this ARKW ETF, as you guys can see here on ARK's website. She still owns $213 million of Coinbase. It's still about 11.7% of the ETF. She owns $156 million of Block, or 8.5% of the ETF. That's number two. The second biggest position, she owns Roku, $146 million, or 8%. The fourth biggest one, which I don't get, but hey, it's Zoom, ticker symbol ZM. She owns $100 million in this portfolio. Then she has UiPath under that, $97 million. Then she has the Bitcoin Strategy ETF, which is $92 million. All right, Tesla's under that. We have Robinhood, Unity Software, and then Roblox. So let me actually pull up these charts again, guys, to show you what's going on with a lot of these individual stocks that she's trimming. And again, you'll see a pattern here. A lot of them are way too overbought. They've ran way too much, which obviously has contributed to the massive gain in ARKW. Like I said earlier in the video, it was at $50 earlier in this year. And, well, 2 months ago, geez, not even that much earlier in the year. But now it's at $80 almost. It's up 55%. So you guys can see ARKW up massively, and that's, it's mostly due to Coinbase. You guys can see Coinbase is up since the end of, it looks like end of October, from $72 to now $190. Look how big that move is, guys. So it makes sense she's trimming that. AMD trimming that as well. That's up big time since the end of October, right? You guys see that from $90 to $150. We have stocks like CrowdStrike, especially, man. That's so overbought, in my opinion. Who knows? It might go up even more in the new year. You don't know what's going to happen, obviously, but she's trimming some of that. This is up from the end of October from $176 to $256 per share. Unbelievable. Let's see what else she sold. Looks like she sold some Shopify as well, which is up big time over the past 2 months. It's up from $45 to now almost $80 per share. So guys, when you see all these sell alerts come in, because I know a lot of you probably get the alerts from ARK, and you're probably like, oh my God, why is she selling all these stocks? This is why. It makes complete sense. They've ran up so much. She's not selling out completely. All she's doing is trimming a little bit in, well, at least the ARKW ETF, probably in other ETFs as well. But in this case, we're just talking about the next generation internet ETF. But yeah, it makes sense. A lot of these are just way overbought. And who knows, man, we could be getting a pullback at some point early 2024, maybe down towards $68, $70 on ARKW. That's where we double top. Looks like back in the middle, end of July. So maybe we do fill that gap down towards that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart. Maybe, just maybe. You guys can see we do have, potential for downside if we do, get more selling in those other stocks, or maybe we get a sell-off in general in 2024, early 2024 in the stock market, maybe a pullback, which then would really cause a bigger pullback in this ETF, considering it's comprised of more volatile stocks than other ETFs out there, right? So that's the big move, some big moves that Cathie Wood made. And what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And don't forget to follow me on X. You might as well do that at Stocks Talk Stocks. And don't forget to also get your 15 free stocks for Moomoo once you open up your account using that link down below, and you fund it with at least $100. You get 5 stocks, each up to $2,000, and fund your account at least $1,000. On top of those 5 stocks, you get 10 more stocks, each of those up to $2,000 as as well, totaling 15 total stocks, each up to $2,000. Guys, get on it. Use that Moomoo link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And with that being said, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out.